one of the most common phenomenon to all spiritual practitioners is the encounter of the mystery, that as we deepen into engaging presence and consciousness, is such a strange phenomenon, because what previously seemed incredibly complicated and frustrating and unattainable is suddenly sensed and felt, yet can't be explained or defined. And so there's this mysterious quality to what is happening. And I feel that's one of the biggest challenges that can be faced with the notion that you want to be awake, you want to be more awake, you want to awaken, to have this self-realization, and to really bring this into your life. And yet, very often that's still coming from the framework of that mental construct. And so there really needs to be a fundamental shift of approach of how we really rest into this experience and this phenomenon, then how we occupy it. And that's really essential if we want a true integration of our awakening, because it's all well and fine that we have some moments, some epiphanies, some realizations, and that they can be a very internal encounter. They can be profoundly real, yet incredibly abstract, and still seem somewhat different than the lived experience. And yet that in itself tends to show us that there's still a certain angle or level that we're operating from. And that ironically, it's like you want to be free of the ego. You want to feel that you sustain this experience, that you've integrated the realization of the love and the freedom that is you and within you. And yet, as long as one is approaching from that conditioned framework, or we might call it the ego, the ego can't free itself from the ego. The conditioned framework cannot lead you to an integrated experience. And so, as you rest here deeply, as you experience this state of engaging conscious deeply, the challenge is to stay deeply enough engaged and observing without wanting to abandon it. That's the key, to stay here wide-eyed, open, feeling, sensing, experiencing everything that is happening just as it is happening, without needing to put it in a box or define it or claim it. Because actually integration is the process of this naturally. Our integration is already happening moment to moment to moment.